right, guys, welcome back. It is another Coyote Football Stats Show. I am Phil Morgan.
I'm Blake Grundy, and we're going to talk about a high-flying, thrilling, throttle,
heartbreaking,
full game. Yeah,
heartbreaking.
For sure.
As much as it was high-flying, it was gut-wrenching. And, you know, there's a lot of reasons. We got a lot to get into regarding that. First, we're going to start by saying thank you to City Park Group for their generous sponsorship of our show, for all they do in our community. What's great is when these companies come in, you know, they don't have to do stuff like this.
Right.
But they are pouring into everything, not just our show, which, you know, is really its own entity as it relates to our Coyote football program, but so many other areas of our community. So we tip our hats to City Park Group for all they do. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing at the level we're doing it without those guys, and so we're super thankful. We wouldn't have
Josh Wright,
Mr. Josh Wright back there.
I love how we point and
I know nobody can see.
He's doing the editing, so he has yet to put a picture of himself in there.
Do we need to put a second camera on our guy? Turn him into a producer,
a steady cam
instead. Put a steady cam on
the steady cam producer, steady cam. I like that idea. Hey, no, City Park, we are very thankful to you guys for what you allow us to do, to pour into and shout out and shout up these students, and these kids. And like you said, they're certainly everywhere else, but there's a lot of game to talk about.
Well, and it gives us the chance to do that. And look, I kind of led with it. It's a little heartbreaking in some ways, but man, I felt like there were so many good takeaways too. Like we don't want to get bogged down in the negative. There's things to learn. There's places to grow.
Right.
You know, but there were some really exciting things that happened in the game as well.
So I walked away a little bit heartbroken, but I also walked away like really encouraged.
Yeah.
Because this was, and we're going to talk about as we get into it, this was a massive turnaround of a game. Yeah. We saw some moments where kids decided that they were going to compete, and they were going to compete on a high level. And so, like, when we talk about high flying, listen, over 1,000 yards of offense, 128 points. Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah, if you would have said there's going to be 90 points by the first half, I would have been like, no, you're crazy.
In fact, a couple of guys from Dave Campbell's tweeted out defense optional or what is happening here. And
I saw a couple of those.
And it felt defense optional in the first half, and then things flipped in the second half.
Let me just say this right off the top, because there's a lot of stuff. And defensive guys, I know you watch this just like everybody else. It's a process. You're finding your identity. You're kind of finding who you're going to be, and you know, I think some of that comes in toughness and being willing to run headlong and, you know, face first into danger. Right? You're running into contact, and you're forming that identity this year. You know, this team had a strong identity in years past on the defensive side of the ball, and this year you're finding it, and it's going to come, but it's just not going to come by osmosis. It's going to come by doing. And we saw some kids do some stuff this week that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Like even offensive players switching around and coming around and playing both sides of the ball. And I mean, people just, and some of the like tried and true defensive guys took a big step forward, I think.
No,
in this game.
I agree. And that's why I said, like, I walked away from it heartbroken that we lost, right? Because we got the ball with 3:08 left, and I'm like, oh, we're going to win this game. But I also walked away hopeful because of what you just said. Yeah. We had a lot of players that showed the will to win. Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of senior leaders step up and say, this is what it takes to win at this level. We're going to show you. And then we started to see some of the younger guys, the underclassmen or the first-year starters, step up.
Yeah.
And say, oh, I'm going to compete. I'm not going to roll over. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to compete. I'm going to take pride in this. And we saw a lot of that come through in the last 26-40 of the game clock.
Well, and of course, you know, Severe's going to be working on, right?
Yeah.
And this is the time to work, right? From guys on the outside looking in, this is the time to double down on that effort. It's the time to double down on practice. It's the time to get there a little earlier. It's time to put in an extra rep. I mean, yeah, I know you've been working hard all year, off season. This program has taken it to a new level, but you can't coast. You can never coast in a competitive game like this. You've got to drive. You've got to push yourself, and if you can't push yourself, you got to surround yourself with people who are going to help push you.
Well, what was cool at the post-game interviews is we heard some of those players echo that.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, joke around time's over.
Yeah, we're done messing around. We're done getting late. We're done.
Put on the hard hats.
Yep.
Let's go to work. Hey, real quick, by the way, before we jump into the stats and things like that, because I also want to mention this. I think the crowd, our fans, were at another level.
Yeah.
Those big seconds and third and fourth downs, those big plays, they were like being down on the field. You could hear how loud it was. And the very second that a player or a coach turned and was asking for more was given. It's like, by the way, to the crowd.
Yeah. Tip of the hat there.
We've been calling it like really that's the difference a good home crowd can make.
So I was Dave Campbell's had a photographer there that was standing next to me for a good portion of the game, and he said, "Man, I've heard about Anna's like noise level." He goes, "But being here, like he goes, I didn't get to see in person the state championship game." He goes, "Being here at your home, this is what a home field advantage looks like."
Yes.
And it was crazy. And kudos to you guys. We were down by 29 in like halfway through the second quarter.
We were down 29 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And look, you guys, I almost, there's a second where I thought, "Oh, crowd, don't give up on them. These guys are fighting hard." And you didn't give up. You rallied, you got loud, you kept pushing, and I think that helps. I think that helps everything. I think it helps the team. I think it just helps the overall games, the flow of the game in every way.
In a game that's as physical and as hot and draining as that game is, to know that you have 4,000, 5,000 people behind you cheering you on, helps you make that next play. Helps you say, "I can do one more. I can do one more for them." So listen, we've kind of ripped to the top.
Yeah,
but I think we got to get to the boys.
It's time to talk about some offense.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go, guys. We're talking about some offense. We're talking specifically
about our boy.
Specifically, number 8. We're going to lead off with Andre Williams. Look, we're gonna tell you this: 5 stickers. By the way, we got new stickers coming in today, and we're going to be doing something a little different with the stickers. Can we talk about that before we jump into Zai?
Tell them.
So we got some new stickers coming in. They're not like they were last year. We're not doing the same thing.
A little redesign
of the sticker, but also we're going to be giving these stickers out to you guys. Now, look. Coach Parr's not going to let you put them on anything, so be smart with these stickers. Don't get us in trouble.
You can't go put them on your helmet. I'll just say that up top. Don't put them on your helmet, but if you want to put them on water bottles, on laptops,
and don't put them on anybody else's helmet either.
Your backpack.
So the stickers come in today, and we're pretty excited to start handing those out. And kind of, I'm not excited about going back and doing the accounting of all the stickers, but we're gonna get those to you guys here pretty quick, and we're pretty excited about getting to do that.
They look cool. I like them.
So Zai gets 5 stickers. Man, he was on fire.
I think he's up to about 48 stickers on the year.
Yeah,
give or take 2.
Yeah, I mean, look, 25 of 34. You had 218 yards in the air with 3 touchdowns, and
Shoot.
those were to 3 different people.
Yes.
By the way. So it wasn't just like one guy he was going to. You know, we have several weapons in that arsenal, and you really spread it out among all those guys. The big news was how efficient he was with the ball. 73.5% in terms of his efficiency. Like,
that's phenomenal.
Bro.
Listen, our marker number is about 67%.
67, yeah.
That's kind of what the coaching staff has said. Hey, that's where we want completion percentage to be.
Yeah.
So to be 6.5 points, 7.5 points above that is phenomenal.
And you know, the other side of it, you took another step forward in taking care of the ball. Right, we've still got to clean up some of the messes, some of the little mistakes in games.
Yeah.
You know, and that comes down to what some of these guys echoed after. Some of the receivers specifically were saying, we got to lock in. We got to lock in during the week. We can't it's not enough to just lock in a game.
Yeah.
Right? We got to lock in the week to eliminate the small things.
Every rep.
Right. And so, look, you've done a little bit of that, but the thing is he wasn't limited to just his passing.
No, he wasn't. Hey, real quick, I'm going to address his turnovers, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to defend the young man, and I know you're
sure.
not picking on him.
No, I'm not picking on him.
I'm going to say, so the fumble was accounted to him.
Yeah.
Right? That fumble was a simulated snap count.
Yeah.
The D-line simulated that snap count. You could see it. They all the quarterback didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
They fooled the snap in there, and immediately our sidelines were like pointing, and the offense knew it was. I can't put that fumble on.
What's hard
is
being down there. You can hear things that the crowd can't hear.
Yeah.
We'll just say it how it is.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just the bottom line.
And then
games are being played down there that maybe you're not aware of, and that fooled some of our guys. Now we got to be disciplined. We got to be better than that. We've got to
Sure.
figure that out, and they will. And it's a small mistake,
Yeah.
but those little things do count.
Right.
They do count.
And then the interception.
Yeah.
Was he's running around on a cramped leg, and he's trying to throw back to Ronald Bell at the last second in the end zone, last play of the game. So totally I get it.
That interception to me, it's almost like a throwaway stat, being where it was in the game. But it is there, and it's little things we'll clean up. But he also ran for the night, like Zai does.
I mean, Zai was a shining star. I'm just, Zai, we love you, dude.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna, when you have an interception that's on you, like we'll say it, but
and he knows it.
Yeah, he knows it too.
He knew. I mean, he couldn't get his body turned around. He couldn't. I mean, you can't plant. Like, how do you turn your hips and turn directly across the opposite side of the field
with a calf cramping?
First of all, it's a hard throw, and you're probably coached 90% of the time, 99% of the time to never do that, to throw back across your body.
Yeah.
But it was desperation time. It was last play,
Yeah.
and he's cramped. And
I'm actually impressed that he rolled out of the pocket to extend the play a little bit.
I've watched that video now
18 times?
12, 14 times at least, bro. 12, 14 times. But look, you did a lot of that
Great
running.
game.
You did a lot of scrambling as well. And look, I had a chance to talk to some guys about that over the weekend and show some video to some people, and it was so much fun bragging about him. Just because your athleticism it's something to pay attention to. 15 rushes. Dallas Morning News says it was 112. Our stats on Max Prep said 98. We're taking Dallas Morning News because they gave you 112 yards, my man.
We're taking the 112, so we can give you an extra sticker,
Zach,
because you deserve it. Like the young man deserves it.
Yeah. So and you put it in the end zone 3 times, and
just casual, by the way. We talk about the 112. We talk about the 75, and you put it in the end zone 3 times.
3 times. Yeah, 3 touchdowns when it's all said and done. And don't think I didn't notice you running straight to my camera. But if you post my video again without cred, I'm gonna have to come at you, boy.
3. I knew you were going to work that in here somehow.
You knew I was coming for it.
Hey, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Like, Zai he has an incredible game, and he has control of that offense.
Yeah.
And he has the trust of his players.
I know we've gone on with Zai for a little bit, but he just continues to grow up. Big moments. Like, he's just, all this is stuff that he's learning. It's going back in his learning bank, filling that memory bank so that he knows and has stuff to pull on and draw from. Trying to keep people calm, right? In that last play, even though he's hobbling around, his hands are out. He's like, we can execute. We can do this. Let's go. Even Chumley did the same thing. Like, so much maturity there. Chumley at the last second realized, look, we can't clock this. We can't spike this and get a second. We got to go. We got 4 seconds. We got to snap. You know, and it's pretty incredible. Like, I know it's still a loss. And we know that. Like, we're competitive, and we're not trying to paint a loss in a pretty way, right? That's not. I mean, a loss is a loss, and we hate it. You hate it. Everybody hates it. But the nature of this show is to brag on our boys, and there was a lot to brag on. So.
It is. So I'll say this real quick. For any schools that might watch this, that might be watching, that might catch wind of this, come get Zai before everybody else shows interest in him too.
Yeah.
Come get in early with him. Start showing him some love because he deserves it. Hey, another guy that deserves some love, and he's going to show up in 4 different sections. By the way, 4 different sections because we had to create a special section at the end of the show for him.
Yeah, stay tuned. Don't drop out of the video till the end. We got a special sticker.
Is number 1 on the field, in our hearts, in our minds, in every area of the game.
Almost
Edward
every
Chumley.
facet. Yeah.
I don't know an area of the facet where he shows up in literally every area of our stats show this week. Edward Chumley was that another guy you just mentioned. Zai has that cramper at 4th and 5 from the whatever it is, 17-yard line or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna clock the ball and we're gonna clock it. We're gonna get Zai stretched out with his calf real quick during the play clock action. It'll be good. And Chum comes in there. Hey, no. It's 4th down. Like that wherewithal of this senior to lead the team like that is such a big deal. And so they check the play and they get a playoff. But he literally showed up in every single way. He had 19 rushes for 157 yards, dude.
That's it?
$150. $150. 19 for 157 and 2 TDs.
Gosh.
2 TDs. So that is 1, 2, 3 of his offensive stickers. And I have to say it's offensive stickers, Edward. So don't come at me and be like, where are the rest of my stickers? It's coming.
Yeah,
Just watch the show. 2 TDs. He had a long rush of 39 yards that he almost broke for more, which is just crazy. He once again continues to be the guy that we say it every week. You can't bring him down with one guy.
Stop. Like, I get it. Everybody's got to make
keep
their
trying.
chance, right?
Keep trying.
True.
Hey, other teams, keep trying to bring down Edward Chumley with one guy.
Hey, Chum, and to all the Coyote fans, I've got a great video that will probably pop in around here somewhere, but it just goes to show the toughness of this kid. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, he's undersized, he's whatever. He may be undersized, but he runs like any other back that I've ever seen.
He's oversized, bro.
There is a video where he gets hit by a guy, doesn't go down because that's Chum. He doesn't go down on one hit usually. Like it took 6 or 7 Lovejoy players, and even then they couldn't get him to the ground. It took all 7 of them piling, like you could see him jumping, trying to get leverage to pull him down. And the video will speak for itself, but that's just who he is. That's just the kind of runner he is. He's not afraid of the physicality.
Right. And
it's such a great message for this team.
So listen, early last season, right? We were up in the stands. Breezy came back to visit. Jamboree's Dubar. Shout out Breezy if you still watch it. Even if you don't, shout out Breezy. Love that dude. But hey, so he came back to visit, and we're talking to him, and we're asking about Chum. We're like, hey, tell us about Chum. Right? Talk to us about him. And his explanation was super short. He just goes, oh, Chum will be good. He's a dog.
He's a dog.
And Chum is a dog. Like that kid has the heart and the desire to win on every play, and it shows up. So he also had 4 receptions for 49 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
So that's going to get him his 4th sticker.
And
he had our 2-point conversion off to the home sideline, where I was right there. My videos got corrupted. I am so sad about that because I had this one perfect on video.
I can't fire him because he works for free. He can't fire me either because I work for free.
He catches that 2-point conversion. He slips out of the backfield, and Zai lofts it up to him, and Chum is catching it. And I see the Lovejoy defender is licking his lips like, I'm going to light this dude up. I'm gonna break this play up. It's gonna be awesome. And Chum catches it and just kind of like casually lowers his shoulder and waltzes into the end zone as he just was like, oh, did you hit me?
Yeah.
I didn't feel it. That's Edward Chumley every single game for you. So 5 offensive stickers for Edward Chumley.
Great job, Chum. And we're not done talking about you, but we got to talk about number 3, Ronald Bell Jr.
Love this young man.
Look, seven receptions for 61 yards. A lot of those receptions were in really clutch times, like third and manageable. I really didn't feel like we were in a ton of moments where we had lots of yardage to make up on a third down. But look, the touchdown reception was crazy. I was in the opposite end zone from you, and listen, RBJ, I'm gonna tell you, from where I was, I thought, nah, that no way. And then I see the hands go up. I'm like, oh, why did I doubt him? Why did I doubt Ronald Bell Jr.?
It was so good. It was
7
so
for
good.
61 and that touchdown. That was absolute. Like it was poetry in motion. Like
back line defender is on him.
All
he
over
catches it, gets his feet down inbounds.
I mean, he was wearing the defender through the catch. Like it was crazy. Like I don't know, RBJ. You know we got love for you. That reception is probably, I think, one of his best on the year. So far.
I agree.
So far.
I agree. I mean, this young man is
more to come, right?
Yeah, this young man is a problem, and he talked to us pregame, postgame, right? He's just like, I just want to do what it takes to win.
Yeah,
I just want to get the W. Another guy that wanted to get the W, number 4, Mr. Ashton Ansley. Listen, dude, you had 6 receptions for 55 yards. But your sticker that you're going to get for the day is on that TD. And that was a little screen pass towards the home sideline where a dude tries to trip you up, and you go down, you plant your hand in the ground, and it looks like you're going to do a little bear crawl for a little bit.
Oh,
you bear crawl, and you go, and you see, hey,
he got dirty.
There's a dude coming. I've got a chance to get in here, and he lays out his full 6'5" frame. Puts that ball in the end zone, gets the touchdown. He's hyped. It was a big play.
The amount of tackles, the amount of abuse he took on that reception, and like yards after that catch, just kept pushing. I mean, he willed himself into that end zone.
Listen,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
I wrote down in our stats notes, he broke all the tackles. Because you broke all the tackles, and that was in a big moment in the game. We needed that touchdown, just like RBJ's touchdown was in a big moment in the game. It was just our offense time and time again came up in big ways to put up 62 points.
I think I've heard this coaching staff say on many levels, the tougher team is going to win. The team who can be the most physical, the team who will put themselves on the line, the team that will sacrifice, that team is the team that's going to come out on the end. And you guys are so close. Offensively, I think you're as good or better than anybody else we're going to see. Period. I just think you are. And until somebody tries to prove me wrong and show it, I don't think we were proven wrong this week. I just don't. I mean, the score may say something, but from an offensive side, I think you can run toe-to-toe with anybody in this 5A Division II group at all. I mean, there's not a single one that we can't run with.
Well, hey, so that's the offense.
Is it time?
Let's talk about the defense.
Let's talk about defense.
All right, well, I'm going to start with our boy. Right, you got to start off the offensive section. I'm going to start with number 2, Mr. Zay Gentry. Zay, hang on, stay tuned. Dude is this young man is so much fun to watch.
Fire.
And, by the way, he's so much fun. He's so much fun to talk to as well.
Yeah, good dude.
What a good kid. Really respectful. Yes sir, no sir to me. I'm not even his coach. I'm just some random pastor that's gets to film him on Friday nights.
He's not afraid of looking people in the eye.
Yeah,
and just talking it's such an underrated thing at this age. It's so important, and I'll say this: if you're out looking to get recruited and whatever, and you have a chance to be with a coach one-on-one, face-to-face, take a look at how Zay holds himself.
Zay and
Zay both do the same. But take a look at how Zay, specifically Zay, you see it in our interviews. You see it. Zay is so good about even just making eye contact in the camera with us at one-on-one, and we're not there but to tell his story, right? And just a well-spoken, kind-hearted warrior.
Fierce competitor.
Fierce.
It
warrior,
truly is.
Man.
He's another one of those guys. He steps in between the white lines.
Yep.
And a switch gets turned.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to get a sticker right here in the defensive section for leading the team in tackles with 8 solo tackles. That's a big deal for our corner to do that. Yeah. It tells me that Zay has that mentality that I'm going to get dirty and I'm gonna fight to win.
Yeah, and I heard people, but he gave up this or he gave it. Dude, look, we're playing against other great players. A corner's gonna give up a play occasionally, right? That's going to happen when you play against other great people. But walking away from this game, one thing I saw is Zay is proficient and growing in his craft. And he just every game he seems to take it up a notch and another notch and another notch.
Listen, there's not a lot of people that want to step into the arena with other big boys.
Yeah,
Dalen McCutcheon is good. I will say it. Dalen McCutcheon is a good player.
You don't get the offers he's got without being be exceptional.
And Zay is up to the task every single time, and that says something about who this young man is. That he's like, I want to go to battle with the best.
Yeah,
I want to cover him on an island, 1-on-1, which is what he did all night, game long. Yeah. No bracketing, no safety help over the top. Just knowing that Zay is there to have that coverage allows us to roll our safeties down into run coverage. Allows us to roll our safeties to other parts of the field. And the fact that Zay held him to what he held him to is amazing because it's like any sport. This is an offensive-driven sport.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see Zay hold him to numbers less than what he's normally getting is wonderful.
Yeah.
Right? Zay was up to the task.
I think he just reached 100. I think it was 100 flat.
6 for 89.
Was it?
6 for 89.
Oh, okay.
That's what Lovejoy put in max prep. 6 for 89. I ain't giving him the 100.
All right, good. I thought maybe I saw that on Dallas Morning News or something. But Zay, great job. Our man gives you one sticker. JoJo shows up, number 17. Come on, JoJo. Look,
hey, he was at our coaches show last week. I
know,
seeing that.
And this kid is big steps every week.
Yeah.
JoJo is taking huge steps. 6 solo tackles in this game. He's our number two tackler for the week. And you earned this sticker, man. You were gritty, dog. I mean, gritty.
He's been gritty this season.
You flies to the ball. He's coming in I'm not going to call him the missile, but you're, because we gave that nickname to somebody else last year. But man, you are head first. You are in it, man. You are not messing around, JoJo, and it is clear to see 6 solo tackles, and you're getting aggressive, and I like it.
He reminds me of some of our safeties from last year.
Yeah,
he's got shades of that, and our defense desperately needs that. Hey, I love JoJo, right? Like this is just gonna be story hour, I guess. We were sitting with his dad.
Producer's back there. He's like, hey, we're at 28 minutes already.
We were sitting next to his dad at the banquet last year, and JoJo had just moved in, and he was getting some special teams work, things like that. And he came home one day and he's like, Dad, what do I need to do? And his dad just told him, just be available. Just do whatever they ask, and good things will come of it. And JoJo, good things are coming of you just being available and doing whatever your coaches ask, and moving from receiver to safety, and not being afraid of the moment. Like, it's been so cool to watch you grow this year.
Yeah,
it's been so cool to watch you grow into that position. And I think we found one of our safeties. Like, I think he's showing that he's up to the moment and up to the task.
I saw this phrase this weekend at OU.
Sure,
it's on their weight room. It says hard work beats talent when talent doesn't do hard work.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. A lot of you guys that are young, you want your shot, you want your opportunity, then you got to put in the hard work. And then when you get to that level and you've like refined your talent, don't stop doing the hard work. Just because you're a starter, just because you're relied on, or just because they lean on you, don't check out, don't coast. Like, keep putting in the hard work. It's critical. JoJo is like living example of that, and I think
100%.
I only see better things.
100%. Hey, our next guy, number 15, Ryan Sasumi.
Come on, Ryan.
Ryan Sasumi, as Coach Park fondly calls him, Tsunami. I love it. Ryan Sasumi, you're going to get a sticker here. He's going to show up later, but he's going to get one sticker on the defensive side of the ball for 5 solo tackles, was 3rd on the team. Another guy that just has worked hard, has put his nose down. He was a quarterback.
Yeah.
For the last 4 years, or 3 years, 7th, 8th, and freshman year, he was a quarterback. And now he's playing linebacker for us. That's a big position change, and the young man is another one who's put his nose to the ground and has worked hard and is starting to see results.
He wasn't afraid of that change. I mean, I think you look at what we've got in the pipeline around here, and you look at a coach, and a coach comes to you and says, "Hey, this is what we need." And when you say yes to a coach, when a coach asks you, that's a big deal. No matter how you felt about it, you owned it. You stepped up into it.
Yes.
And as a result, you're making some really incredible plays right now.
He is. But he wasn't alone.
No, number 32, Chris Banks.
Come on,
Chris.
And get his 2 stickers.
Let's go, 2 stickers, 4 tackles on the night. But the big thing that we're really noticing here is when you're pulling people down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 tackles for loss, huge momentum killers. We love these kind of stats because anytime you're taking yards off the board for them is just it's a momentum killer. It deflates their crowd, it deflates their players. It when you're going backwards as an offense, it is brutal. I know a little bit about that. I follow a team that got negative yardage on first downs in their game over the weekend, and I'm not saying anymore. I'm done. I'm heartbroken over that, but I'm excited about number 32, Chris Banks.
So you don't want me to say who
no, don't you dare. Been? 2 stickers for 2 tackles for loss. We're moving on. Who do we got next?
Hey, we got Carter Dietz is next. You're going to get 1 sticker. Hey, listen, Carter. I need you to come find me on Friday night or Friday morning when we're doing our pregame interviews. Come find me, please, sir, and tell me what your number is. I looked on the roster on Max Prep, so we just don't have a number for you.
Nope.
So, Carter, I want to know what your number is so that I can say your number next week on the show.
Yeah.
We'll do what we did for Martin Brown. By the way, I had to text in the number correction. That was fun. Carter Dietz, though, he's going to get 1 sticker. He had 3 total tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. And, Carter, I'm dead serious. Please come find me and tell me your number.
We want to know.
Like, this is to shout you guys out, so the more we can have, the more info we can have, the better it is.
Well, here we go. You ready for this?
Wait, who's next?
Number 1, Edward Chumley.
Wait, he shows up on defense?
3 stickers on defense.
Dude.
2 sacks.
He's up to 8.
Dude, Chumley, you were unstoppable off the edge.
If we gave stickers for hurries and pressures,
bro,
he'd probably have another 4 or 5
so
on
right
the
here,
defense.
look, two sacks and 1 forced fumble. And it was just such a joy. Like, what a pleasure to watch you play this week.
Well, and that defensive forced fumble was a strip sack.
Yeah, and I've got that.
Incredible, right?
I've got the video for that too. So fortunately these are pretty quick plays. So hopefully we get to credit you and get to show those over and over and over again. But Edward Chumley, another 3 stickers for you on this show already.
We asked Coach Parr, hey, talk about Edward Chumley's performance on Friday night, and he goes, I think the only way I can describe it is it was Chumley-esque, or it was the Chumliness or something like that.
Yeah, it was
and
funny.
It was really funny, but I mean, Coach Parr sang his praises. Right? One of the best football players he's ever coached.
Look, it's
and
hard to
this
get-
is why.
And it's hard to get praise out of a football coach, any level, no matter what position.
Yeah.
And it's just how exceptional that performance was on Friday night.
Hey, the next guy.
First time.
Hey,
First time shouting him out.
played receiver most of his football career. Moving over to a DB for this game, number 11, Israel. Hey, Izzy, we see you, man.
Come
Johnson.
on, man. Look at you getting on the stat show, baby.
Gonna get a sticker for what ended up going down as a pass deflection, a pass breakup. Should have been an interception.
Oh, man.
I mean, the dude had footwork on the sidelines, maintained
say
ball
it?
control. Go ahead, say it.
I got the video. I got receipts, buddy.
Yeah, you did.
I got receipts.
You sent me a still shot that showed his feet clearly down, and I asked you a question because I was on the other side, blocked by the sideline and the team. I said, "Did he maintain control?" And you go, "Oh yeah."
Oh, he had control all the way through. Look, Israel. I put it. I rename my files as they come through on my videos, and I named it the interception that wasn't ... Like it was, man. Great hustle, good play. And here's the thing: you didn't let it get you. You just got right back up and you went back out, tossed the ball to the ref, and you went and played again. But man, what a athletic play to keep your foot down. Like it was very clear. It'll be fun for Josh to highlight that for you.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that was
Put some work on you, Josh.
That was one of the turning moments of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because from that point forward, our defense played differently.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so Izzy, like, dude, we see you, man. I was impressed with you during spring ball. I was impressed with you during fall practices, preseason, not fall, summer two-a-days. I mean, we can't call it fall.
Yeah,
It's 118,000 degrees.
Yep.
But Izzy, like, been impressed with you since spring ball, and it was cool to see you work.
Yeah. Last one.
Yeah.
Number 90.
Okay.
Caden Banks.
Okay, Mr. Banks.
Caden Banks. Fumble recovery. Mr. Opportunity, right? Finds a chance to cover up a ball, right? It's a forced fumble, and you're right there. You put that big old body right on, and no one had a chance. Once you entered into that play, no one had a chance of getting that ball. It was done.
Yeah, no one was getting it but him. Caden Banks,
huge game. Great way to shout you out is giving you a sticker for the fumble recovery this week. Excellent work, my man. You're on the board, and now we got to transition. We got to talk about a little bit of special teams. You ready for that?
Let's go. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna intro the special teams.
Get it?
Hey, who could we start with? Number
I don't
one,
know. Why
Edward
not?
Chumley.
Let's do it.
Showed up in the third of our 4 sections. Hey, listen. So Edward Chumley, you're getting credited with the forced fumble on the muffed punt. So the kid muffed it, right? He was going to get ready to fall on it, and here comes Chumley diving in, just shoulder to shoulder, saying, "You're not getting this ball. I'm getting the football."
It happened right in front of me.
By the way, that was off of Zai's punt. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Zai, not a sticker, but Zai, I didn't realize how good of a punter or how good of a leg you had. Those balls were like spiraling, looking pretty too.
Yeah.
That was cool. But Edward Chumley, you're credited with the forced fumble on the muffed punt because you didn't let them recover it. They had 2 guys there that were going to try and recover it, and you just dove on there and was like, nah, this ball is going to be knocked loose.
That play literally happened like from here to like from me.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was bam, 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 bam before it was all said and done. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. Great job, Chum. I got to talk about this because I got a story behind it.
Okay.
Number 2, Zay Gentry gets 2 stickers, right? The field goal block, incredible. Great. You were close all night long on every extra point attempt. Like every PAT, he was close to blocking. Every single time they kicked, you were, and you got there. You got home and you blocked it. But what I got to talk about that. He housed it. He housed it first. The bet is settled, right? We've talked about the bet between RBJ and Zay Gentry. Sausage, Egg, McMuffin's coming to you, Zay. You earned it, buddy. But what was funny was they hadn't kicked to you all night. They knew the danger. They knew what was there, and there were some other people kind of standing around in my end zone.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Welcome to the danger zone. Don't kick it to number 2. Don't kick it to number 2. And if you want to, and here's the thing, you want to kick it to number 3. That's fine too. You're going to have to pick your poison because both of them are dangerous.
Hey, that's the new name of those 2 guys, the danger zone.
Danger
on
zone.
kickoff, they're the danger zone. That's the new name.
What's funny is we had some guys down there. They were, scouting and doing their stuff. And
Wisconsin was there.
Yeah, I just didn't know how much I should say, but
I'll say. I mean, there's
they were there. It was obvious. Yeah. They wore their big Wisconsin jackets.
They're nice dudes.
Nice, great guys. They were in my end zone all night, and Zay, they were there, and they were watching Zay, and they were waiting for them to kick to Zay. They wanted to see how he would handle a kick return, and they hadn't gotten it, and the minute came, like I think one of the coaches was on the phone.
On the phone, yeah.
And he said to whoever's on the phone there, he goes, they're about to kick off. I hope they kick it to Zay. If they do, I bet, or Zay, dang it, yeah. I hope they kick it to Zay, because if they do, I bet you he takes it back. And on cue, man. Like, I kid you not. That is a legit story. You can talk. I know you're going to talk to those dudes, so talk to them and ask them. It is legit. And you immediately take it. How timely. I mean, it could not have been paid. So later, I went back to the coach and said, hey, next kickoff, I need you to be on the phone. I need you to be on the phone. He laughed. He's like, 100%. I'll call anybody. Tell me who to call.
Well, they certainly didn't kick him the rest of the night.
So 2 stickers, Zay, man, incredible. I mean, just so good.
Everywhere on the field, doing whatever it takes to win. Yep. Hey, the next guy, our last guy in our special team section. Yeah. We talked about him earlier. Number 15, Ryan Sasumi. We see you got the fumble recovery on Edward Chumley not letting them recover the muff punt. You're the one who ended up recovering it on the 1 yard line. Just needed him to Superman a little bit more,
just a touch more.
Zone.
I mean, it's clearly on the 1. I know all the fans were crazy. Even the flag runners
thought it was
a touchdown.
I mean, he was down at the 1. We punched it in. It was all good. But Ryan Sasumi, like, just showing up in every facet of the game, doing what he needs to do all the time.
And by the way, I already sent him the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had his number, so I sent him that video, and it's
he probably texted you back. Cool.
Yeah,
or,
I got.
Thanks.
I think I maybe got maybe I sent it to his dad.
Okay.
And yeah, I think still he comes by the 1-word response naturally.
Ryan is a man of few words, which I love about him. We love Ryan. He comes to church with us, so he's awesome. Hey, we've got one more special.
Proud of you.
One more section. The special sticker. I'm gonna let you take it.
No, you do it. You do it. You came up with the name.
All right, I'm gonna go with the name. You shout him out. How about that?
Oh, okay. So
this sticker is called the Iron Man Award. This is when you do a little bit of everything and a lot of bit of all of it.
Yeah. I mean, Edward Chumley, look, your own teammates gave you this without knowing what they were doing. This sticker is just truly for an exceptional night. I don't think it's the last, but it's certainly it's got to be recognized, man. Your play on the field this week was exceptional, and that you set a standard. That's what he did. You showed the Coyote standard for excellence, and you lived up to. I think you lived up to it, and we couldn't be more proud as fans. As people who
personified it.
Yeah, dude.
Right. He showed this group of players, this team, what it means to have a winning mentality. He showed why he got the MVP at the state title game. He showed why he came in as an unheralded back last year and just won people over.
It was. I know it wasn't reckless, but it was like it was. It just felt like you threw yourself into everything with just reckless abandon. You ran at that quarterback off the edge like there was going to be no other play, and it was just incredible to watch. Everything you did, from running the ball as a running back to the playing on defense to special teams. I mean, just every single thing you touched. This week just turned out. Unfortunately, it turned out 5 points too short of a win, but 4 was the tie.
Yeah,
5 points
five short of a win.
Listen, great game. Holy cow!
I'll say this like I said it for Zai earlier. College scouts, come get this young man. This is a young man that is a tempo setter for your entire program.
And good kid.
Great kid. Really respectful. Awesome young man. Not going to cause any trouble anywhere ever. Like, he just puts his head down, and all he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
He doesn't care how it happens. He doesn't care what his stat line ends up. He just wants to win in every single play, every single snap he's on there. And so he is a program setter. Coaches, come get this young man. Edward, if you want to clip this and start sending it to people, clip it. Come get this young man. He will change the face of your program.
Yeah, he's going to measure up whatever standard you set. Edward Chumley's the kind of kid who's going to meet that standard. He's going to push himself to get there, whatever that looks like. And we're fortunate because we get him on our team.
Yeah, he's
a Coyote, baby.
I love Mr. Chumley.
He's a Coyote.
Hey, Friday night, where are we at?
We're in Melissa, and Melissa wants no part of our vuvuzelas. They've already made it clear. They've put out their presser.
Have they?
Do not bring any, and they're blaming it on district rules and all this other stuff, but they want no part of our vuvuzelas. Now they
district rules. What district rules? Their own district? They're a one school district. It ain't against the 4-5A D2 district.
Well, whatever. We can't bring vuvuzelas, but they do give a list of things you can bring.
So bring cowbells.
So bring your cowbell.
Wooden blocks.
Wooden blocks.
Voices.
Inflatable like thunder sticks or boom sticks. But you can't bring the vuvuzelas. So we're what we are going to bring is we're going to bring that coyote pride. We're going to bring that coyote excitement. I got the opportunity to see one of their players this last week and talk with them, and it's fun to watch players recognize greatness in other players.
Sure.
and have that sense of we're going to compete, and we're looking forward to doing it. Right, but still be able to maintain that sportsmanship attitude. That afterwards you can shake your hands, or bring in a quick pat on the back or a quick hug and say, look, great game. No matter how it turns out, they had that, and it's fun to watch that happen.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be, and probably still for many, is a bitter rivalry between Anna and Melissa. It's just getting rekindled right now.
Yeah.
We're the first season in the same district as them, in the same region as them, and it's just we'll see. We'll see what happens. I love our Coyotes. I think they're exceptionally talented.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on this that we can't bring vuvuzelas.
I know.
So are you and I going to Home Depot and just buying a bunch of 2x4s and cutting them up for people? just come get 2x4 blocks in the parking lot of Pin Oaks before you go to the game? Like, is that what we're doing?
I don't know, man. We got to do something.
Here's my challenge then. If they're scared of our vuvuzelas, let's turn this away game into a home game. Everybody that came to the state championship game, drive down to Melissa.
Let's show up. I mean,
let's turn this into a home game. Let's flood the crowd with purple, and let's be so loud and show them it's not just the vuvuzelas.
Yeah,
it's our heart and our love for this football team.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody comes out. It's going to be a great game. No matter what, we got a great contest with another Highway 5 rival. It's fun. That still lives. Even though we lost one, we gained one. So it's kind of fun to have that, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to being on the sideline, hopefully, to get video.
I'm gonna submit our request here when we're done filming.
All right. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. We're gonna try to get those sideline passes to get the video, and looking forward to it. So I guess that's it, man.
Take us out.
You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's go Coyotes on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes.